of two players from the centre man blows for the start of the second half here. Power defending the goal on the left on your screen. Chamanga. Spencer Sautu thrown in, taken out by Paso Bioniki Mayenge. This result will not favour any of these two sides, but if a win does come through, then it will certainly push them up in terms of the current log standings and even their quest to play Absa Cup football. This one just grazing the top of the net. And it well covered was Monga Ndala, the Lusaka Dynamos goalkeeper. Mayenge. Poor Banda. He sells the dummy, but now he's coming up under the pressure from David Daka. He's got lightning speed, this David Daka, apart from the strong physical presence that he does come through, and is able to come up and push defenders regardless of them being taller than him. Sakala Benson, good turning by Godfrey Ngwenya. Too much for Chaniza Zulu. Has been the weakest link in my analysis so far in the Power Dynamos side. Desperate clearance by Ocean Mushiri. Sakala Benson. The run has been made by Chamanga, but still wanted to play an interchange of passes deep in the Lusaka Dynamos. Half outcome Lusaka Dynamos now. They're running from Aubrey Funga, who's now moved to the right. Too much for Chabula, and goal kick it will be for Power Dynamos.
When Funga got the ball, I saw Chabula making the run, and Cherry should have shouted to his teammate, lift your chin. That's what was needed there. Just look up to your teammate and put it into his channel.
Chamanga. Should be Lusaka Dynamos throw, because the ball final touch came off Luka Chamanga without a debate here or contest. So we can also let you in from behind is Butcon that are leading 2-1 against Nkana. A brace from Zambian international Brian Mwida sees Team Kopala leading 2-1 against Aba Red. It's good to see Brian back, having been out because of injury since coming back from Austria. Ocean Mushure with the set piece. Carried out by Ngwenya. Corner for Lusaka Dynamos. First one in the second half, and again Ocean Mushiri. I've seen him score also from corners direct, the 35-year-old Zimbabwean left back. Ocean Mushiri to the net, and Kakunta had to be very steady in collecting that one. Precision that came through from the Zimbabwean Chaniza Zulu. Again loses our possession. Good cover from a combination of Mayeko and Sikombe. White to Bulaya. Derrick. Showed the ball too much, and the experience of Benson Sakala winning Chaniza Zulu. That's the weakest link for me. I've said it and I'll say it again. Chaniza Zulu this afternoon really seems to be the one that is giving up the ball or possession cheaply in the Power Dynamos fold. Mayenge. Controlled nicely by Chabula. Funga. He's calling for the second ball, but blocked by Faustin Bakodila.
Well, Chabula should have shown them the eyes there, really. He pretty much made it evident where he was going to pass the ball.
Player down for Power Dynamos. The ball hitting.
Well, it looks like the crown jewel. Waiting for Joshua Mutale, nicknamed Young Bebeto, Young Perry Mutapa, comes on for Mr. Zulu. Matimba has been mentioning that that was the weakest link. This young man was picked out of a secondary school in Kitwe, and now he's playing for Power.
Well, the change made by Perry. Maybe he's watching DSTV now, even as he's on the bench, because he'll be calling for the substitution to be made. Close down was Spencer Sautu. John Soko is out after the ball had hit him in other regions. If you're a man, it does pain in there. Now, Joshua Mutale. Can be such a handful. This Zambia under 17 international brought inside. Chance for Ngwenya. Good save. One punch save by Mongandala. But this is what exactly Muka was talking about. The introduction of Joshua Mutale. Just tearing up things, getting things started here. The junior Mutapa must suddenly make this senior Mutapa in junior Perry Bebeto Mutapa happy.
Now I'm lost with the Mutapas. What Mutapa are we on? Are we on Mwene Mutapa? Let's go back to Joshua Mutale. The trickery about him outside of the boot. Too many touches from Godfrey Ngwenya. But Mongandala puts out a big hand. And Lusaka Dynamos are in trouble because Power have just shown their hand. Lusaka Dynamos need to show us something tactically.
So the penalty that was scored by the by the Butcon player in Brandwood, that was after Ous was brought down in the box. So no confusion. Let's make it clear. This boy that has just come in Joshua Mutale, is nicknamed Bebeto after the head coach Perry Mutapa.
Because he plays like the head coach.
Exactly.
And I'm sure that's one of the reasons why the head coach bought him. Because having a chat with him, when he saw him the first time, Masauso told him, that boy plays like you.
Yeah.
And you can see the trickery around him. Kazembe putting in a shift, one of those players who's really going over and above. Also brought to Power Dynamos by Perry Mutapa from Forest. He left with a few of his lads. I think for me they're not utilizing their width and of course pace, because the likes of David Daka have a lot of pace about them. You need to make the teams run. That ball there, just missing David Daka, going behind him with the pass. You need to put it in the channel in front of him. Lusaka Dynamos need to give their fans a reply. Aubrey Funga has been a shadow of himself, and Luka Chamanga is really pickpocketing off him. Lusaka Dynamos will be looking to make 2 changes, and I will not be surprised if not only Mini Cooper comes on, but maybe Taddy might also come on.
The cross is brought in, defended by Ngwenya. Joshua Mutale. Kazembe. Applying the pressure on Musa Muhammad. Certainly a foul on Musa Muhammad, the former Gomahia player. Oshen Mushuri gets the beating of Joshua Mutale. Throw is taken, chested by Cherry Chabula. And that's how they lost possession. Soko. Mistake by Soko. Sikombe.
Oh, that's a yellow card.
A yellow card.
Certainly a yellow card. John Soko, after the big ball hit a small ball, as far as he was concerned, gets caught up in that fracas.
So then the nephew of the late John Soko, man of few words but action words, is Wetson Nyerinda.
He's a pastor, isn't he? Musindis.
Well, he's also a writer of books, very good author.
You know what I like about his coaching is that it's very similar to Mr. Piri. Very mature. He will tell you what you need to do to become a better player.
Oh, but I've also seen him kick buckets of water. Eh? That's a difference. Piri is more of a father figure.
So this one is a stepfather.
Yeah, this one, hey, he can whip. Eh? Set piece, Duncan Otieno and Oshen Mushuri.
I've not heard Kakunta say Spencer every time.
Maybe now Spencer's done the right thing, so Otieno and Mushiri on this one, but if it's Mushiri, we'll probably want to take it away from the wall, but Otieno is best suited, although this one is wasted by the Lusaka Dynamos defensive midfielder.
Oh, Duncan really should have gone more for precision than power.
I was not pleased with that delivery. Watson Nyerenda. So when he was under 17 coach, that's the time Chisambalungu even came in the team. Yellow card to the Kenyan. Now the yellow cards are beginning to come out.
The former Gor Mahia player in Musa Maiko Muhammad picks up a yellow card. His former team is taking on Napsa Stars this weekend in continental action, but AFC Leopards held them to a draw, and that game ending 0-0. Whilst Napsa picking up the first victory for the year. It's Musa Muhammad who goes straight into David Daka's back.
Chamanga. Headed out by Mayenge. And decision going against Sikombe, without a doubt, no debate here. The Zambian international being the one at fault. I don't remember seeing Spencer shooting one direct from that position, but maybe they might want to try something from the training manual of Perry Mutapa, what they've been doing during practice, or maybe it's firing range sessions that they've been having at the Arthur Davis Stadium. David Daka, goal kick.
Spencer Sautu is cut something similar to Rigabet's song after dyeing his beard.
Hey, footballers and their hairstyles, eh? Sakala, Benson. Too much for Spencer, who has to come up to recover quickly. Funga. Poor Banda. Chabula. The chain of really does show a lot of stability. Musa Muhammad.
Duncan has that father figure play. I mean, something Zizou had, Zinedine Zidane. Almost as if you're playing with children. Very comfortable and with a lot of ease on the field of play every time you have the ball.
Bakodila. Soko. Ngwenya Godfrey. Good tight end, and he gets the better of two players. Oh, they had to just pull his shirt, and Otieno and Mushiri quickly walks away as if he's not the one who had committed or was involved in that crime party.
Well, I think the referee did very well to not issue out a card, because he was going to put a stain on a wonderful 100% Egyptian white linen. The change, the move, the interchange, the combination and the play. It just needed a free kick.
Musa Muhammad getting a talking from referee Matthews Hamalida. He's also played some football in Albania for KF Tehran. Strong header by Mayenge. And now more trouble here for Chamanga and team. Yellow cards for the protests that came through. So it's the second yellow card for the Power Dynamos. Remember, Benson Sakala got a yellow card in the second minute.
And of course there was another one for John Soko in the 54th. Now makes it third for Luka Chamanga. He claims to have gotten the ball, but he showed some studs.
So 3 for Power Dynamos in terms of the yellow card counts, and 1 for the Lusaka Dynamo side, Musa Muhammad. Corner it will be.
Oh, before the ball ricocheted and almost went weirdly into the top corner. Kakunta had it covered. It was Skombe, who was on the edge of the penalty, who just fell down to a tackle.
So the ball hitting the face straight on Spencer Sautu. And the team medics have been called in team Dr. Womba Kadochi and David Ngosa. Of course, Womba, one of the 2 ladies that we have currently in the Zambian Super Division in terms of being part of the medical staff. The other one being Helen Mwansa at Young Green Eagles.
Well, David Ngosa, the physiotherapist, will be the one who will probably be squeezing and pushing that Spencer Sau to stays on the field of play.
So I'll tell you something about Dr. Wombaka Dochi. She also does officiate matches in the lower divisions, amateur leagues, as a first or second assistant. So I guess she understands some of these rules when it comes to the laws of the game. Corner for the Lusaka Dynamos side. Sikombe. There's some interest though from the number 3 for Lusaka Dynamos in Ocean Mushure. Wow. Looks like somebody's in trouble here.
Well, it looks like there was a slap from Emmanuel Chabula on David Daka. David taking it like a man on the chin. Chabula might be reprimanded with a yellow. I've never understood the age by players to just unsettle their teammates or the opposite number. Really unnecessary from Emmanuel there.
It's now a piece. 3 for the Power Dynamos in terms of yellow cards. Of course, Lusaka Dynamos 2. Corner. Short one is taken. Second one. It was a first one after being closed down. Otieno. Mayenga does a bad job of it all, even as Otieno is calling for the return pass.
You almost felt that when the ball went to the center, it was a dead ball. Lusaka Dynamos not really doing what they've been doing on the training field.
Daka now. Devi, the recipient of the slap. He's always an unlucky one because if you remember, there used to be a goalkeeper called Napsa Stars. Let me try to remember the name. Who pushed...
I'm trying to remember because I remember there was a game. He got a red card.
Yes, it was a red card.
It was a red card. I'm trying to remember his name. In fact, his name was very similar to mine.
He's back. I think I saw him recently with National Assembly. Oh, I need to eat a bit of carrots and the like to try to remember this one.
More of onion, actually. The carrot will give you the Vision 2020. But that being said, I think David Daka, a stand-up play.
Ocean Mushuri now. It's one. Cherry Chabula. It was a challenge and no one was closing him down there. This is how the incident happened. Surely he should have done better. There was also another Lusaka Dynamos player right behind him in Adam Zikiru, readying himself to connect should Chabula not have done a job there. So of course next week the World of Champions will start the broadcast on Saturday with Indeni Football Club, the Oilomen, up against Magnificent Cabo Warriors, Waliangangande, Waliankuku, Waliakakere Mlandu. And the second game at the Levi Monosa Stadium will see Zegamambo, Sesco United in action. As that shot came through from Chamanga Luka. So I remember the name, it's Masosa Bola. So he actually punched David Daka.
I told you he's got a name similar to mine.
It's also a big game in terms of the Kito perspective on Sunday, as Aba Yellow, who are in action right now, will come up against Chingalika, Kito United, under new coach, the return of Ernest Kofi. Not a good retain yesterday, they were beaten.
But they played some good football, might add. I think Ernest has them playing with some belief. There was a good shape about them.
So a goal it is for the Lusaka Dynamos side, even as we were still looking at how that movement was, and it is Chabula putting Lusaka Dynamos in the lead. The expression, the green on the face of Chitemfuma sums up the frustration. And oh boy, they did not see this one coming in. And Emmanuel Chabula with his second for the season in the Lusaka Dynamos shirt since moving from Nkwazi on loan, puts the home side in the lead. For the first time they lead.
Oceans Mshiri puts it into the box. It looked impossible. He just made it easy and so possible, Chabula. The goalkeeper again fails to punch the ball away. I think it's a case of not only butterfingers, but very difficult afternoon for Kakunta, the young man. The first one was a free goal. This one is even worse. Against the run of play, Chabula makes it 2 for Lusaka Dynamos.
It's turning out to be from bad to worse for Kakunta. Chabula with a second for Lusaka Dynamos. They lead 2-1 against Power Dynamos. Probably left the right pair of boots, gloves this afternoon. That weighted pass did not have the expected weight in terms of Sikombe providing that one.
Some butterfingers from Kakunta. But look, they have to believe in themselves. There's an air of belief from this Lusaka Dynamo side, and they can really punish you if you give them time and space.
Good play by Lusaka Dynamos. Funga looking for Adam Zikiru. Good shooting. Funga second shot cleared out.
That defense is not talking to each other. Godfrey Ngwenya there just clears the lines. Kakunta is really had his cage rattled. Look, you can see it on the face of the young man. 2018 Young Player of the Year. There's a problem in that defense. And you know how predators act when they just smell blood. They come for a kill. Lusaka Dynamos right now can smell that there's a problem in this Power Dynamos team, and they can make Power Dynamos really pay.
Mutale, Ngwenya, let him just do the simplest of things.
The basics, huh?
Simple. Cleared out by Muhammad. White Mwanambaba would do well to just quickly bring it back into action. John Soko. Action, I mean in the action areas where a lot of Power Dynamos players that have overlapped. Tony Kazembe is one of them. Up against Muhammad, goal kick. Oh, corner.
Maybe a corner. The last touch was from Musa Mayeko Muhammad.
So for the very first time, Lusaka Dynamos lead in this match. Now there's a bit of trouble here, I guess, because the second assistant, or rather the fourth official, is actually walking straight onto the pitch.
I think there might be a reprimand for the Power Dynamos technical bench.
I think so. Now, oh, nothing here.
Getting off a little bit scot-free. Well, more of a chitty chat. Okay. I have a second school of thought. The fourth official feels that the second assistant is not doing the right thing.
Okay. Brought inside, headed, collected by Ndala at the near post.
Matimba, the whole of Botswana is upstanding, waiting for a debut of a Mini Cooper. If you've watched the movie Italian Job, you know how fast those cars move.
Ngwenya now, Sakala, they have to fight this Power Dynamo side. Found the captain, he better be upstanding, Benson Sakala. His team is down. And for Chabula, has to be very careful. Remember,
he's on a yellow.
Yeah, sitting on a yellow, an unnecessary one that he got after that slap on David Daka in the process of wanting to connect in that scuffle. So the change now is going to be effected, and it is Cooper Mutusi, the Mini Cooper, being introduced, the Botswana international, making his debut for the Lusaka Dynamos side, and it's a goal scorer who goes off in Bulaya.
Derrick Bulaya really scores a free goal, ricochets of Luka Lungu, and there's very little that Kakunta can do about it. The youngster Jackson, in that instance, really could do very little. The second goal was a different thing altogether, but the 18-year-old under-20 international, Derrick, makes way for Mini Cooper.
Chabula. The run has been made by Funga. He loves to make those interesting runs. Sautu, Spencer. This game has somewhat fizzled out despite scoring in the first half and the first goal of this match. Daka shot!
Matimba, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Looking at the evidence that we have before us, these two sides have got arguably some of the most exciting players in the league. I'm just looking at the double substitution that Lusaka Dynamos will have to deal with from power. I really like the youngster Zakaria Chilongoshi.
Oh, I guess everyone does, although his red card in the last game is the one that made Zambia play and have a numerical disadvantage. So it's also about whether he will be able to come out strong and probably recovered from that incident. Remember, it was just a few days ago, so
indeed,
that's another issue. It's about players also. Certain players really have challenges
in recovering,
recovering
mentally,
especially playing in front of a home crowd that was watching and saw everything that happened that led to that red card.
Well, since we're talking about history, let me take you back to 96, if I may, to just underscore the problems that we've had with North African teams. We beat Egypt when we came back from a goal down. Mwapemiti was a scorer in that one. And then we played Tunisia. Yeah, let's just say the goalkeeper there was a relative of Jackson Kakunta. Zakaria Chilongoshi comes on the field of play. Matimba is talking about his ability to just recover from the red card from the Chan game.
So that was substitution. Kennedy Msonda's coming for Godfrey Ngwenya. Msonda is an out-and-out striker in place of a midfielder come striker. And then like for like, Chamanga was also left-footed, as the case with Zakaria Chilongoshi being introduced.
Must be a problem for a coach to have all those options. Luka Chamanga, Zakaria Chilongoshi.
Benson Sakala. Difficult ball now, almost pulling the shed now, looking for David Daka. Msonda quickly goes for the chess. They know each other very well, both of them, although it was the goalkeeper had more time when they were at Cabo Warriors and not Kennedy Msonda. John Soko. Bako Dila. Soko trying to force things. Throw power Dynamos. 17 minutes here. So it's 16 now. 16 minutes that power Dynamos have to restore parity. We keep talking about how things change in terms of the scorelines. So it ends this way. It will be the same result that happened in the 2019-2020 season round 2 game that was played on January 26, when Baba Basile and an own goal by Bakodila in the 9th and 30th minutes saw Lusaka Dynamos beating Power Dynamos 2-1. Raribuada with the first saver for Power in the 11th minute. Aubrey Funga. He's now come to the left side of this field. Soko to be put to the test. A big examination for this Power Dynamos defender. He wins the challenge. Lusaka Dynamos taking their time in taking the throw in. See the walk, or rather they run from Ocean Mushure. Cooper. Oh, Moshuri has played for some of the big sides in the Zimbabwean Super Division. Lots of Dynamos, Motapa, Motor Action. But I think for Motor Action, one of the best times they had some good football and played. They were very really competitive. Was when the Zimbabwean Joe Antipas, when he was coach then. Chilongoshi, first touch, eludes him. Bakodila, Benson Sakala, Joshua Mtadi. Still continue their passing game despite being down. That's a good point to note. Decision against Funga. Quick start by Soko. Mutale does well. Kazembe. Sakala Benson looking for the run from David Daka. Mistake now, looking for Spencer Sautu. Blocked by Musa Muhammad. Oh, Spencer there I think should have done it. There was one player behind him for Power Dynamos who was in a better position, but good recover in terms of defending. And some trouble here we have. Spencer Sautu goes down. Yes, he wants to see what the referee will do, but there's a yellow card suddenly that will come through to the Zimbabwean Ocean Moshuri. So in the game against Tinkwazi, Ocean Moshuri again got a yellow card in that draw. It was a Friday game, and Ocean Moshuri got a yellow card in the 77th minute, and yet again in the 77th minute 2 weeks later he gets a yellow card, the Zimbabwean.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you are a sucker for conspiracy theories. Spencer Sautu just being given a few studs by the Zimbabwean.
So it looks like 77.
And sportsman-like.
77 is the number we'll be looking for now. Was it 77th minute? Yellow card. Today, yellow card.
77th minute indeed.
Kazembe with the throw. Sakala. Mutale, Joshua. Soko. Second ball caught and received by Mutale. He quickly wants to steer up things. He's pulling the strings. Sakala. Mutale. Delays. He had Chilongoshi who had made the overlap. Dynamos of Lusaka just playing some direct football. Kakuntas come out, collects. Adam. Spencer. Soko. 12 minutes. We're waiting if at all Nkoloma will produce some drama here. We saw let goes last weekend and this past weekend in terms of the Saturday matches yesterday. That keeps it in play.
I still feel that Lusaka Dynamos don't have quite the right balance, and I would think that the technical bench would do well to just make a substitution or two that would give them just the right balance. They're quite top heavy, not seeing much from Aubrey Funga. With the exception of the goal, Emmanuel Chabula has also been a shadow of himself. Adams, they're not playing to his strength, so he's really been excess to requirement. So,
but I'll tell you what, I will agree and disagree with you, Muka, because again, that's the type of play for Adams. Remember at Zesco United, you always use the term the fox in the box.
Yes,
they'll keep him there. One chance.
That's all he needs.
In the other side, Ndala had to come out. My captain, your captain, coming out to save that one for Dynamos.
David Daka in at goal, and what a pass coming through. He needed to hit it first time, but I think his first touch a bit heavy. But Mongandala led to the danger. A victory for Dynamos here with 10 minutes to go. Should it stay this way, that's Lusaka Dynamos will have them jumping into the top four. Next weekend, it's in Deni, Oilermen in Deni, taking on Cabo Warriors. And of course, it's Zesco taking on Butekon in that derby of Ndola. Zesco United undone by Numba Mambasan yesterday. Power Dynamos in a Kitwe derby against Kitwe United. They will be looking to pick up the first points of the season.
The player down for Power Dynamos. Kadochi and team having a busy afternoon, but also look at the bench. Marcel Sotembo, George Chirufia, and Perry Mutapa. Not forgetting Ronald Mukosha. They have to put their brains together and try to see how they can conjure up something here. The other bench as well, it's about maintaining the scoreline possibly. Ian Bakala on the right. You can see there's also goalkeeper coach in Stephen Mwansa. 10 minutes is the indication. Yeah, 10 minutes it is. Counting down now to 9. Ian Bakala.
Stephen spent quite some time with Zesco United.
Oh, he was also a goalkeeper for Nkana Football Club when that Nkana side that had Beston Chambeshi, Kenneth Manitode, Wiseman Chizumiran, among the many others. But for Kakunta, this afternoon, certainly not a good outing for the youngster.
And I'm sure Yusuf will have a few words for this youngster. He knows fully well that his team are trailing because of his mistake. And talking about the opposite number in terms of goalkeeper coach to Yusuf, Stephen Mwansa was also part of the Zesco side that went all the way to the semi-finals of continental action where they lost to Mamelodi Sundowns.
Carried out by Musa Muhammad.
Well, we've been saying for a while now that the youngsters are not stepping up. So it's the class of 2000 and before that has been ringing the strings in the Zambian league. Come in, Mukuka Mulenga for Power Dynamos.
Cooper with a misdirected pass from the Botswana international. Pakodila. Mutale. Good turning by the youngster. He's really fighting for this Power Dynamos side. Trading leg from Duncan Otieno and Spencer Sauti. Otieno is working on a very thin line. So change for Power Dynamos. They're bringing in the former Zambian international, Deko Mukuka Mulenga. Part of the 2013 Zambian team that won the Kosafa tournament. And out goes John Soko as the fourth change for the Power Dynamos side. So an attacking midfielder introduced for a defender. Clear intention by Perry and team. And second change for the Lusaka Dynamos side. They're bringing in Magenge Makabaniso, who's been introduced for the Ghanaian Adams Zikiru, was making his debut in the Lusaka Dynamos shirt this afternoon. So Zikiru was one of the three joint top scorers during the 2019-2020 season with 10 goals alongside Mavugo and Mwo exits. And Makabaniso Magenge, originally from an academy in Kalikiliki compound in Lusaka, now into the team. Well, the youngster was hoping to buy the referee in thinking that it should have been a penalty. Joshua Mutale.
Spencer Sautu, intelligent pass through the channel. Young Mutale knows exactly what he's looking to do. He gets caught out. By all means, it wasn't even in the box.
Well, he has really put in an A+ performance since coming in, Joshua Mutale. And he came in as the first change in place of Chaniza Zulu in the 50th minute. Getting to the last 5 minutes of this match. So if it ends this way, the records in terms of these two sides meeting will be an interesting one in terms of the statistics. since 2000. In terms that it means that in terms of home matches, this will be the, if Lusaka Dynamos win, this will be their 60th win from 17 matches, where they've lost 5 and drawn 6, scoring 19 goals, allowing 19, 0 goal difference. And now Butecoin have extended their lead 3-1. It's turning out to be a brand Wheeler show.
A hat-trick for the Zambia international player there. Simon Mulenga scored the first goal for Nkana.
Even as we talk about that game, here there's trouble with David Daka. Sautu has come to the support of David Daka. Corner. Cleared out by Paso, the 27-year-old DRC defender Mayenge. Chilongoshi with a corner now. He can whip in one. He's in that position, left-footed. Brought inside, and Lusaka Dynamos survive. Second one. Kazembe does well to retain possession. Looks injured, but it will continue with Chilongoshi. Does a bad job of it. But it's Kazembe who's down now. He has to stand up because with 6 attempts, pressure on Perry Mutapa, the game's in hand slowly already from the 2. Unless otherwise, there was a draw in the last game. Now this one, on the losing side. Unless otherwise, they've got 3 minutes to change up things here. And Monga Ndala goes down. I think the pressure in the last 2 minutes or so has been on the Lusaka Dynamos just to weather down, slow down things. Is what Ndala is trying to do here. 6 corners we've had here. So for the overall records, this will be Lusaka Dynamo's 8th win from 32 matches since 2000, if they do win, that is. But Kakuntan team again, really the boy is just shaking his head in disbelief with what has happened so far. It's been a disappointing afternoon for the player originally from Red Arrows. Of course, had a short stint at the Nakambala Leopard side, but these are how the goals came through. And Kakunta surely is blaming himself there. You can see it's an afternoon simply summed up. Butter hands, or maybe he did not carry the right gloves, goalkeeping gloves from Kitwe.
Look, say what you may, but I think that the youngster Joshua Mutale has really engraved his name on the next starting lineup. He's come in, played with his heart on his sleeve, and really put in a proper effort.
A yellow card for Duncan Otieno, the Kenyan. It had, I did say he was walking on a thin line. The 27-year-old pure, in the puristic sense, is a defensive midfielder, this Duncan Otieno.
Well, Lusaka Dynamos will be looking to grind out a result here.
And it will move them up the log standings also, because if they win this afternoon, they will slowly be marching into the top 4 bracket. So a win for Lusaka Dynamos will take them to 25 points. They will be tied with Zesco United and Cabo Warriors. So it would read 16 games played, 5 wins. And if anything, they'll actually move to 3rd position. So that's how important this match is. Power Dynamos will remain rooted. That's so much movement in terms of the table, yes. So if Lusaka Dynamos win, they move to 3rd position. There will be 2 points less than the joint top teams in Zanaco and Forest Rangers, who have 28 points. So Prison Leopards drops to 4th position. 4 minutes of additional time we're playing here.
Well, we can talk about the bottom as well. Napsa Stars creeping out of the relegation zone. And of course, whilst we're talking about Napsa, with that slim victory that they picked up earlier. We should also mention that Nkana will be stuck in 8th position because at the moment it will take nothing short of a miracle to beat Buildcon because they are trailing by 3-1. Simon Mulenga, the scorer for them in the 12th minute, and a hat-trick from Brian Wheeler, ensuring that they really continue on that run, Buildcon.
So Joliba, Joseph Zimba as the third change. It's about time management coming in and game management for Aubrey Funga. Third change for the Lusaka Dynamos side. So the defender Joseph Zimba, it's about sealing the back, being introduced. Chilongoshi. Not seen Mukuka Mulenga having a touch on the ball since coming in. The former Abafana, is it Punya Selesele? Yeah, he played for Blue 14 Celtic in South Africa. That was the team that he played for. So it has finished Buildcon Football Club 3 and Nkana 1. A hat-trick for Brian Mwida. Cleared out by Pope Banda. 2 minutes we remain in here. Daka, Devi. Kazembe. Strong punch from the goalkeeper. Blocked. Decisive one by Mayenge. So, Power Dynamo's next game.
Stay on the ground. That was the first foul. Joliba going down. Mongandala with the contact also going down. And you've got Paso also going down thanks to that shot where he... I was going to get shocked actually because the throw-in was for Lusaka Dynamos. And they managed to do 1 minute and 30 seconds before restarting the match. That must be a record.
Mukuka's first touch on the ball. Follow-up is from Ocean Mushure. Chilongoshi, Zakaria. The 4 minutes already up, but as a result of the stopping play, we're going to play some more minutes here. Ndala collects. It was meant for Kennedy Musonda. He will not blow. I reckon he'll put in 1 or 2 minutes extra because of that stopping play. Cooper. Otieno. Sikombe. White to Joseph Joliba Zimba. Chabula. Joliba now to whip in one. Throw in.
Last attempt of the game will be a throw in for this Lusaka Dynamo side.
Dynamos, I know that it's all wrapped up this afternoon here, and it'll be back-to-back wins. 6 points has really moved them into 3rd position. It's getting hot on top there, and I can imagine how the next round of matches, the drama that will come through. The likes of Buildcon also winning this afternoon means that things are really getting tough on top there. And so referee Hamalina blows the end of the match here. And so the done here, it has ended. Lusaka Dynamos 2, Power Dynamos 1.
Goal coming through, the Prince of Choma in Spencer Sautu. Fantastic, spot on.
Spot on indeed. Look at the transitional play. Look, it's at this moment 3v3. Who's picking up who? The Lusaka Dynamos players are flat-footed. You need to pick up the player with the ball. You need to be first at a 50-50 opportunity. And questions will be asked again about Godfrey Ngwenya. When Ngwenya makes that run, he's obstructing Mongandala. And look, Lusaka Dynamos, in all fairness, yes, take nothing away from the goal from, Spencer Sautu. But Ngwenya was all over your goalkeeper there. The referee should have really said something about that.
What do you think could have been done by the backline to cover that. In the first place, you can't talk about any offside there.
No,
but the ability
you pick up the runner.
Spencer.
I think when David Daka has the ball, I think it's Oceans Mushiri who just goes to ground. That's where the problem is. David Daka has got every time and space to pick up Spencer Sautu, and they're always falling to the ground. Stand up. You cannot defend on the ground. You make it easy for him. If you don't buy the lottery ticket, you won't win the lotto. Derrick Bulaya scoring his second goal. Look, the youngster needs to do something. He hits it, and it ricochets off a player. Kakunta can do nothing about it, but that's how much of a shock it was for the Lusaka Dynamos players. They didn't even go to celebrate with him because they were not sure what it was. If Kakunta doesn't see what's going on there, he doesn't try to save the ball. I think the reflex was a little bit too late when the ball ricocheted off. It must have been Luka Chamanga. There was very little that Kakunta could do.
In such a situation, there's so many people that will give reasons and blames may go to different players. But in that case,
No.
where do you take it?
No,
Where do you take
it's
it?
a freak goal. It's one of those which are a freak of nature. I think, look, first of all, Kakunta can't do anything because when Bulaya hits the ball, you think it's coming